Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andy. I'm the managing consultant for Cybervenger. Today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171. This standard applies to anyone creating or receiving controlled unclassified information from the Department of Defense or federal departments, other federal departments as well. We talk about exactly what the standard is in other videos of ours and why you should care. If you already know, then let's keep watching. Take a look at this control down here. Today's control is 3.7.6, and it says, supervise the maintenance activities of maintenance personnel without required access authorization. Okay, so short version is you may oftentimes have guest technicians or engineers coming to help you out. You're working on a server and you can't figure out why it keeps blue screening ever out. You might have a Dell representative show up for the day, or HP, or whoever you're using, right? You may have someone who's configuring an alarm, or any personnel. There are other controls. 3.10.1 also addresses the physical side of tracking who these people are, checking their driver's license, that kind of thing. But this is more about managing credentials. So what you should not do is give these people the existing administrator account. Elsewhere in the controls of the NIST, they say you should never have a generic administrator account. It should always be a named one. But sometimes you don't have time to create a named account and go through the usual procedures, but you still got to track it somehow. So what you could do is create a temporary account for that user to use. It's unique to them, and that has a unique password that you don't use anywhere else. They don't know your password. They don't gain any knowledge about your environment. And what you want to do is immediately, upon creating an account, set an expiration for it. Most operating systems support that. Windows and Active Directory certainly does. I believe most Linux operating systems do as well. That the idea being that if it slips through the cracks and gets stuck there, the system will take care of shutting it off for you. So that vendor, that not so well vetted person, maybe you haven't done a background check on this person, they belong to a different organization, they may not have the same training as you. So not only do you have to physically follow them around, as said in that 3.10.1 control, but you also want to evaluate what they're doing, give them an account that you can track from an auditing standpoint to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because oftentimes you will have to get people in there that aren't part of your organization. It's just kind of inevitable. You may have perhaps a piece of software that's behaving weirdly and you just can't figure it out, and you need a vendor to take a look at it. Remote access too, you want to make sure that their remote access is controlled, monitored. Like if you give someone a remote access to a machine, watch them. See the mouse clicking and watch what they're doing and be ready to yank the cable out if they do something funky, or try to install software that shouldn't be there, or that kind of thing. They have to be monitored one way or another. So that's kind of the idea of that control. And this is I think, again, one of those really good security things that are true that people often overlook. That, okay, this is a vendor, they're a known company, they're good, we'll just give them the admin account. I cannot tell you how many times I've walked in as an IT guy, as a consultant, to a new company, and they just hand me all their keys to the kingdom. And yes, I happen to be a trustworthy guy, but they don't know that. Not really. All they know is they have a company. I could be doing all kinds of things. They'll just bring me in, give me full access to a closet, and then walk away, and I won't have to hunt them down when I'm done to have them sign off on what I did. And it's just like, I could do anything here. Nobody's watching me. Nobody's checking in on me. And, I can imagine someone not as reputable as me would be, in a position to take advantage of that scenario. And so I think this is one of those controls that is, it's a rubber meet the roll kind of thing. You really should be in the monitor. And not just physically either, virtually. You should be doing audit trail. And when they're done, you should probably stop and take the time to peek through the audit trail and see if anything jumps out at you as weird. And then if you have a contractor, and you probably want to have some kind of legal chain of responsibility, some kind of document that they have to sign when they get in there, to say that they won't disclose COI, some kind of non-disclosure, or something to that effect, before you bring people in, and even for a short, brief, temporary period. As a release control, that's all we got. It actually wraps up this family of controls. Maintenance is all done. That's certainly an important one that is near and dear to my heart as a company that does maintenance for a living. And I see maintenance, cyber hygiene is what we call it, as the cornerstone of good security. Because if you're not doing the basics, you can't get the big stuff right. You can't get the fancy stuff right if you can't get the basic stuff right. And the basic stuff solves the vast majority of openings. And then, as I said before, the bad guys tend to be looking for weakness rather than targeting a specific company. So if you look, like if you've got all your major known breach points covered, they'll move on to something else. Now that's all I got in this control. My name's Andy, and I look forward to seeing the next one.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.